996 right, clear to land.
QF 7879 landed after more than 19 hours in the air. If, as the airline plans, New York-Sydney becomes a regular route, it would be the world's longest scheduled service. This test flight had taken off with more than 100 tonnes of fuel. On board were 6 pilots, but just 50 passengers.
They encouraged us to get up and exercise in the back of the plane. So we all did like little squats together and little Macarena moves. And then they just kept the lights on really, really bright. And then they shut the lights. And we had about 10 hours of darkness where everybody tried to sleep.
Qantas Airlines described this as a research flight, one where passengers and crew were monitored for almost a full day and a full night in the air.
So there was urine collection on board, which was completed all throughout the flight. We're wearing a number of sensors.
Passengers too were tested, but for them it was hardly a typical experience.
Everyone on this flight had a seat in business with a flatbed, so although they were encouraged to walk around and spend parts of the flight sitting in the economy section, no one had to endure being squeezed into the middle of an economy row for almost 20 hours. Was this really primarily a scientific experiment or about publicity, a marketing exercise?
It was a science research flight. I mean, the whole idea and the concept came from these guys who said we needed to do this. We want to see that this does work. And then we thought we could do something with passengers at the same time as looking at the pilots and the cabin crew. And then we thought, well, since we are doing it, we know there's going to be a lot of worldwide interest. I think we've been overwhelmed with the worldwide interest.
The aircraft that ran this flight, a Boeing 787, wouldn't, if full, have been able to make the 16,000-kilometre journey. Regular services await a new plane, either the 777X promised by Boeing or a modified A350 made by Airbus. Commercial services also need regulatory approval and a new deal over working conditions between Qantas and its pilots' union. But if ultra-long-haul flights start, New York to Sydney won't be the longest for long. London-Sydney is also planned. There will be a test flight of that route next month. Andrew Thomas, Al Jazeera, Sydney.